Welcome back. Today, as you can see, I'm making Farmhouse loaf from the Irish Teatime recipes. I forgot the cover there, so I think we know by now what the cover looks like, right? So, Farmhouse loaf, a teatime loaf containing fruit, a recipe which comes from County Donegal. So let's do it. I'm making half of the recipes again, so fingers crossed, like always. So I'm preheating my oven to 150 Celsius. So that's low for a cake, for a loaf. I don't think I bake often at this low. Anyway, cream, butter, and sugar together. So butter in a bowl. Then I've got some just caster sugar in here. Let's give that a cream. My butter is a bit too hard still because I forgot to take it out of the oven. Out of the fridge. I took it out too late. I wanted to take it out earlier this morning when I woke up, and then I forgot. So I waited out and then I put it in the sun to soften up a bit. Anyway, how are you doing? I'm okay, but there's days, there's moments it's going to be a bit tough with what happened in my family. And there are days that you love life and be with friends, be with family. Especially if somebody passes away in your family. Or in my family. I talk only for myself, of course, but I'm happy. I'm having such a big family that we all have each other. And we look out for each other. The one thing we keep saying is, take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. And then none of us do, and we all keep taking care of each other. So butter and sugar combined, then sift in the flour. So a sieve. Do this for a moment. Flour, just plain flour. Sift in the flour. Baking powder, salt, bicarbonate of soda, and spice. Oh, I've got the salt over here. So a pinch of salt. Oh, I'm having a bit of a runny nose. And let me get a I keep sniffing. Let me grab a teaspoon. So it says a level teaspoon baking powder. So baking powder. In the other, I'm not sure which one from last week, I mixed up baking powder and baking soda. Oops. But it turned out great, right? Anyway, baking powder, salt, and then the baking soda. This one needs both, so that's why there's like a pinch. So I don't want to, whenever I have a recipe and I use this in baking, my boyfriend always tells me like that he could taste it. Even if I said, yeah, I use baking powder. I thought I used baking powder, and then he's like, no, this tastes of baking soda. And like, I didn't use that much. How can you taste it? But oh well. And then I've got mixed spice, and I have a level of So I'm going to, yes, a bit. I like plenty of spice in here, but you don't want it to be overpowering for the rest. So I saw this trick on one of the platforms where they grab a glass and then, but I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure if this is going. Well, they kept it in a glass, so I'm not doing it as I saw. But I think I may just make the glass dirty. The surface of pushing through bigger. Anyway, that's in. Sift it, mix well, then stir in lemon rind and dried fruit. So let's mix this for a moment. I've got this much lemon peel. I did just a few. It says, the whole recipe says half a lemon, but I have really small lemon, I think. Like, this is the size of my lemon. My oven is on. So I used, well, I can show you the lemon. This is the lemon I use. I don't know why. You know, so that's in. Dried fruit, and I've got currants and raisins in here. I thrifted all these hard balls. I've got these and this, and then wait a minute, 3 times charm. And that one, he's still egging it. So the fruits in here, and then add egg and buttermilk. I see now that I could have used half of the recipe. Egg. Look, this is the last one. This one goes here. And I've got some buttermilk. That goes in. And I went to do grocery shopping this morning, and I wanted to get these smaller loaf tins because I'm always making half a recipe, because otherwise I get way too much product in the end. And I went into this shop, like, think maybe a kids bakeware, you know. I think we all know in the whole world the tiny bakeware for kids. You have like the round one and this one, and that's a whisk like this big and such thing. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try, but probably not. I have to go to IKEA or something. I know IKEA has it, and then it has 2 for €5. So I was thinking maybe grab 2 sets to have 4, but well, maybe I'm lucky, and this is just for one of those. I prepared 2. Just like this, look. So just to be sure, I'm making more recipes today. So yeah, same dress today, probably in the next video too. But it's a nice day. I'm having the day off. Everything is going well. Well, you know, I found my tins, the ones that I wanted. So well, the thing is, it says if the mixture seems rather too slack, add a little extra flour. But I'm not sure how it's supposed to look. So it looks a bit thin, but it looks a bit like cupcake dough. But I'm going to do it in there, and then it's the time I'm making this, like most of these recipes. And then we'll see if it doesn't. My hair is so fizzy today. If it doesn't work, then maybe I'll try again another time. Like this, I think. I think I'm going to overfill this one a bit. Well, does it let me look for a moment? Yeah, it doesn't say fill. Sometimes you have recipes like fill halfway or fill 3/4, and this one just didn't say it, so. Let me take this bit off. Don't want it to burn. So let's shake it up for a moment. It's pretty full, so the oven is still ready. And the whole cake needs 1 to 1.25 hours. So I'm, like always, I'm putting in the oven, and then you'll hear later how long mine has been in the oven for. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I start with 40 minutes to 30 minutes and then poke. You know how it goes. Anyway, in the oven, which is so nice and warm. Yeah, 30 minutes to start with. It's not like, it doesn't say don't open the oven. That's the nice things with these kinds of recipes. You can open the oven and just put it back in. It's not like, oh, don't open the oven or your recipe will fail. Anyway, I have plenty of other things to do while this is in the oven, so I'm going to do my thing, and you'll see me later. Yes. My cake is done, my farmhouse cake. I cut it open. Look. Full with raisins and currants and, well, let's eat the end piece, one of the end pieces. I really sweet from all the currants and the raisins. That's, yeah. But because of that sweetness, the lemon isn't really there, but it also is. Let's see if I can. I feel like the lemon isn't there for flavor, but yeah, the aftertaste is lemony, but it's more to enhance the other flavors, you know, like when you use salt maybe, or sugar, or MSG, that effect, I think. But this is a good one, very easy one. Oh, going to clean it up. I have made so many recipes with currants and raisins and sultanas, and I like them. But sometimes, I don't know how it feels for you watching this, but it feels like I'm making the same recipe every time with all the currants and the sultanas and the raisins. Sorry, I had to pick it up. But as long as there are new recipes that I haven't made from the book, I'm going to make them, because this is a good one. It's a good day today. I'm happy. I'm glad these days are happening. Anyway, I ate the whole piece. I'm going to wrap the rest because I have more to make. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.